Hello and welcome. We're so glad you're here with us. Today, we're going to share just one Chinese idiom, but what a story it holds. It comes to us from over 2,000 years ago, and it's a tale about loss and regret, but also about hope. It's a beautiful phrase that teaches us that it's never, ever too late to make things right. So shall we begin our journey?
First, we'll look at the characters themselves, kind of like we're carefully unrolling an ancient scroll. And inside, we'll find not one but two stories. A simple little fable about a farmer, and the original, much more dramatic story of a king who is on the brink of losing everything. Finally, we'll bring it all together and see how this ancient wisdom can help us mend our own fences today.
Okay, so here on the screen, you can see the four characters that make up the idiom. It's pronounced Wáng Yáng Bǔ Láo. You know, with so many of these ancient expressions, the real meaning, the real magic, is locked inside the story behind them. So let's take a closer look, one character at a time.
The very first character is Wang. It really has this essence of something being gone, a sense of being lost, of having escaped, a disappearance.
And right after that, we have Yang. Now this one's much more straightforward. It simply means a sheep.
So we have a lost sheep. What comes next? Well, the third character is Bu. This one is all about action. It's about fixing something, to mend, to patch up, or to make a repair.
And that brings us to the very last character, Lao. And Lao describes a place. It's an enclosure, a pen, or a fold. Basically the place you would keep animals safe.
So when we put all those pieces together, the literal meaning is something like lost sheep, mend, pen. And that's exactly it. But the deeper wisdom is about what that really means. It's about taking action to fix a problem after it has already happened, so you can prevent even more loss down the line. It's this beautiful idea that it's never too late to learn from a mistake.
Now let's turn to the story most people know today, a simple but powerful fable. Imagine a farmer who wakes up one morning and, oh no, one of his sheep is missing. He finds a hole in the pen, a neighbor sees it and tells him you should really fix that. But the farmer just sighs and says, what's the point? The sheep is already gone. Why repair the pen now?
Of course, you can probably guess what happens next. The very next morning, another sheep is gone. The wolf had returned through that exact same hole. And in that moment, the farmer finally understands the true cost of doing nothing. Filled with regret, he quickly mends the hole, and from that day on, his flock was always safe.
It's a wonderful little story, isn't it? A perfect lesson. But what's so fascinating is that this fable is actually a later adaptation. The original story isn't about a farmer and a wolf at all. It's much, much older, from the Warring States period of ancient China, a time of kings, advisors, and invasions, a time when the stakes were a whole lot higher.
Here's how that original high-stakes story unfolds. It begins with an advisor, a man named Shuang Xian, warning his king about his decadent lifestyle and the corrupt people at court. But the king just dismisses him, basically ignoring the warning. And then, disaster strikes. A rival kingdom invades, capturing the capital, and the king is forced to flee for his life. It's only then, in exile, that the king remembers his advisor's words. Filled with regret, he calls for him, and the advisor offers this timeless piece of wisdom. Even after losing the sheep, it is not too late to mend the pen. It was his way of saying that even in the midst of disaster, it's not too late to correct your course and save what's left.
So the core lesson is clear. It is absolutely wise to learn from our mistakes and to mend the pen after a loss. But you know, there's another layer to this. Chinese philosophy also presents a higher wisdom, an idea called fang huan wei ran. This means preventing the problem before it even occurs. So while mending the pen is wise, building a strong pen in the first place is the ultimate goal.
And what's amazing is how this ancient idea feels so incredibly modern. I mean, think about it. After you fail a test, you realize it's time for Wáng Yáng Bǔ Láo. It's time to create a real study plan. Or at work, when a project misses its deadline, the team needs to mend the fold by improving the workflow for the future. And it's so true in our relationships too. If you hurt someone's feelings, it's never too late for Wáng Yáng Bǔ Láo. It's never too late to apologize, to listen, and to learn from the mistake. It's just a powerful reminder that repair is always possible.
Learn Chinese, one story at a time.